Welcome back to Iran Protests Weekly, where we round up the protest rallies of Iran's people against the mullah's regime. We begin this week's program with a look at popular protests in cities across the country regarding electricity and water shortages. This week in Babolsar, angry residents gathered in front of the electricity department, demanding accountability and an end to the frequent blackouts. On Sunday, August 10th, fed-up residents in Golestan and Salahiyeh protested the frequent and sudden power outages that began in the morning. They closed their shop shutters and gathered in front of the electricity department to voice their objections. On Wednesday, August 13th, citizens from several districts in the city of Chabahar also gathered in front of the local electricity department to protest a 24-hour power outage.
قطعی برق در 24 ساعت گلشهر و هوت‌آباد و عثمان آباد و کم همه جا هیچ جا برق نیست. همه ملت جمع شدن دم اداره برق. اینم حال و روز ملت. هیچ کدومشون برق ندارن، دارن کم کم همشون میان.
People in Kashan also protested against government theft and plunder in the form of very large water bills.
مردم به افزایش قیمت آب همراه با قطعی برق.
On Friday, August 8th, official workers of the Iranian offshore oil company in the Sirri operational region held a gathering to protest their job and living conditions. On Monday, August 11th, employees of the South Pars gas complex, stationed at the first refinery, held a rally to protest difficult living and working conditions and low salaries.
مشکل ما کف و سقف حقوقه هر وعده‌ای که میدهند دروغه مشکل ما کف و سقف حقوقه هر وعده‌ای که میدهند دروغه صبر ما شده لبریز همکار عزیز برخیز صبر ما شده لبریز همکار عزیز برخیز صبر ما شده لبریز.
On the same day, employees of Site 2 of Pars Oil and Gas Company in Kangan, along with workers from 40 platforms, held a protest gathering demanding the elimination of the oppressive and unjust salary cap in the operational areas of the oil industry. According to reports, on Monday, widespread protests by official oil industry employees took place in various parts of the country, including at the Pars Oil and Gas Company on 40 platforms, multiple facilities of the South Pars Gas Complex, the Pars Special Economic Energy Zone Organization, the Fajr Jam Gas Refinery, the Iranian Offshore Oil Company, and Lavan Island. On Sunday, August 10th, cities including Tehran, Mashhad, Tabriz, Isfahan, Kermanshah, Elam, Ahvaz, Qazvin, Zanjan, South Khorasan, Arak, Hamadan, and others across the country witnessed widespread protests by radiographers who voiced their objections to poor living and working conditions. The radiographers warned that their protests and gatherings would continue until these problems are resolved, and that they would not back down. In the past week, retirees, as in previous weeks, took to the streets of cities across the country to stage their rightful protests. Cities such as Tehran, Ahvaz, Kermanshah, Isfahan, Tabriz, and others witnessed their extensive presence. On the same day in Isfahan, steel industry retirees voiced their protest and called out the government for betraying them.
تجمع و اعتراض بازنشستگان فولاد و معدن در استان اصفهان خیابان نوشاد.
بس دیگه خیانت،
اینها خواستار اصلاح انسانسازی سال 1399 و 1404 هستند.
بس دیگه خیانت.
In Kermanshah on Sunday, social security organization retirees also held a protest gathering. They demanded that regime officials address their livelihood demands, while also calling for the release of labor and education activists jailed by the regime.
نان و مردم از برق ای دولت بیورده،
نان مردم از برق ای دولت بیورده، نان مردم از برق ای دولت بیورده. بیابی بیبربی نابود شده زندگی، بیابی بیبربی نابود شده زندگی.
معلم زندانی آزاد باید گردد،
معلم زندانی آزاد باید گردد، معلم زندانی آزاد باید گردد،
کارگر زندانی آزاد باید گردد،
کارگر زندانی آزاد باید گردد، کارگر زندانی آزاد باید گردد.
On Sunday, supervising engineers from the engineering organization gathered in front of Tehran's city council to protest the performance and policies of the regime's municipality. On Monday, August 11th, a large group of defrauded investors in the Hakim housing project gathered in front of the prosecutor's office in Tehran's Janat Abad district to protest the corruption that led to the plundering of their life savings. And this concludes this week's edition of our weekly roundup of Iran protests. We hope we have been able to echo the voice of the Iranian people's protests. Until next time.
Follow the People's Mujahideen Organization of Iran on YouTube, Facebook, X, and our website.